Well, let's say you're swimming in debt. You know, you're over your head in bills and things you can't pay off. Or maybe you just got a little bit of debt, but it still it worries you. And you're up at night, you're tossing and turning. How am I going to get rid of that stuff? Because, see, incomes aren't going up at all. And for the last 50 years, the average income, actually 90% of us, the income barely grew. You know, it only grew about 30% in 50 years. But inflation grew another 300%. So you're underwater every day. So, because you can't keep up with wages. Okay, so you got to do something. Okay, so what do? You need some financial consulting help, right? To figure out what your options are. Well, the most likely thing people do is they go to Google. So if you go to Google right now and put in financial counseling, you know what you're going to get? 276 million. 276 million websites of peaceful promising you financial help. You can't do that. First of all, you don't have extra money. See, everybody in Google wants to charge you money. They have to, because they got to pay Google. They're there to pay Google to get your name to sell you something. So everyone there is going to sell you something. If you have financial problems and have to pay bills and things like that and get rid of that debt, you can't go to Google. You have to use the two main sources of help that give free money. And see, Google represents about 60% of our economy, but 40% of our economy is people who give you money for free. And that's nonprofit organizations and government offices. So let me show you how you could do that with your debt. Okay, the first thing you do is you go to HUD.gov and look for the Housing Counseling Services. HUD.gov. See, that's a .gov. These counselors are going to help you for free. Okay, they already got paid from the government. They're not going to upgrade you and upsell you and try to get money from you. No. And if one doesn't work, you try another one. Okay. For some reason, you don't like that. Well, you're in big luck, because here you could get a whole bunch of people doing that. If you go to this website, and it's a .org, okay? I showed you about a .gov. Now here's about a .org. It's findhelp.org. They keep track of a lot of the free money and help that's available. Actually, every website in this database gives you free money. Google, 99, 44, 100% websites in Google want to get your money. These people want to give you money. Okay, let's put in financial counseling there. First of all, you put in your zip code. So you put in your zip code, then you put in financial counseling, and you get 845 programs, 845 nonprofit organizations that help you with counseling, to figure out how to get rid of those debts, how to get some of them forgiven, all this kind of stuff to get you out of debt and not worry about it. And in a couple of sessions like that, they don't cost money, and they'll show you how to get it forgiven even. There's a lot of things. If they make a deal, they know how to make deals with the credit card companies and all that kind of stuff, so you don't have to even pay it all. So that's findhelp.org. Put in your zip code, and then put in financial counseling, 854. Sure, it's a lot, but you go to Google, you get 276 million. You can't do that. You don't have money anyway. So you never want to throw money out at problems that you have that require money because you don't have money. Okay, so you got to use these sources first. And that's what I've been doing for a living for 50 years, is showing. Now here's another report, and I'll give this for free. It shows you 14 government programs that forgives you money. Okay, like tax money. You realize there's a program at the IRS that you only have to pay 10% of what you owe for taxes, right? So there's programs like that. Here's 14 of them here. Everything from student loan forgiveness. There's still programs. I mean, Trump is playing around with that, but there's still programs that will get you lower payments and even forgiveness. So find out about that. I give you the phone numbers and the sources to find out about that. Or how about a forgivable loan for business if you stay for 15 years? See, there are programs at state level will give you up to $250,000 and will forgive it. That's to start a business. $250,000 to start a business, and they forgive it if you stay for 15 years with your business. Now that's pretty good, isn't it? Okay, how to get a $50,000 grant after you've been turned down. because they said no. Say you wanted to get money for paying back rent or mortgage or something like that, and they said no. Well, what you have to do is appeal. And this shows you how to appeal, because if you appeal, up to 50% of the people that write an appeal letter after the government says no, they give you the money. See, it goes to a different set of bureaucrats. The frontline people have certain things to worry about. The second people behind them have other things to worry about. And they say, yeah, I guess you're right. And they'll do it, 50%. And it shows you how to do that. Okay, 90% or more of IRS taxes are forgiven by this is the program's called Offer in Compromise. And that has a 36 chance of success of you having the government forgive up to 90% of your taxes. And the same at the state level. State levels have that. So I show you how to find that. Property taxes can be forgiven too, or get it reduced easily. I show you how to do that for every state. How about getting money to pay for co-pays and other medical expenses so you don't have those bills? Show you how to do that. Or how about 70% of the people who get a hospital bill don't have to pay it, but the hospital doesn't tell you about it. I show you how to do that. How to get rid of Division of Motor Vehicle speeding tickets and stuff like that for DMV stuff. I show you how to get that. It's really through your elected official, because they have power over every government office and they could do that for you. So show you how to contact them. And the same with all government. If you own the government, maybe for HUD on housing or for SBA on loans and you can't pay it, there's ways to do that. And I show you how to do that, because the government is flexible. They're not the people on Wall Street that are going to send out torpedoes from your Detroit to break your kneecaps because you didn't pay your bills. No, they don't. Another thing, how about you get $200,000 for a down payment on a house with no interest, and the money isn't due until you sell your home. Man, that's a real good deal. And there are programs like that all over the country. Or how about get your child support payments forgiven? Most states have something like that. I show you how to do that. Even that, get your child payments. I said there's something wrong. Oh, child support. Okay. Also the back rent and mortgage payments. Okay, there's programs for that. And actually, if you go to back to findhelp.org and you'll find, you put in rent, you'll find at least 50 to maybe 70, 80 organizations in your zip code that will help you pay your back rent. See, there's more ways to skin a cat than put your hat in your hand and going to a bank and having them say no anyway. So you want to get to the people who are going to give you money, not sell your money. Okay, so, and what I do now for about 50 years is show people how to do this. And I have something now, a special sale to teach you how to use programs like this. All these links will be in the links below. But to get for any program, you want to buy a house, you want to start a business, you got to fix your roof, you want to get an education, you got to pay for medical care, your dental care, or legal help. All that stuff is free. And I show you how to get that now for $1. We have a special sale going on, and it stops at the July 25th. Until then, you pay $1, and we give you 5 days of unlimited help to apply for every program you're eligible for. 5 days. And what we have are 15,000 members that are part of Let's Go Help, but now it's called letsgodollar.com. And it's called that for 5 days because we're offering it for $1. It's usually $20. But after 5 days of getting all the help you need, and then we'll charge you $20 if you stay more than 5 days. And then it's $20 a month if you want to stay even longer. So this is the most incredible place, I think, in the world that anybody offers something like that. I used to be a consultant. I charged $20,000 to rich people because they'll pay it. They know how much this information is worth. But I want to help the average person on the street know about these things, because these are your programs too. They're not only for the rich, they're for everybody. And they're for all incomes, all ages, all weight classes, anything you want to know, no matter what you are. I mean, the ones that are even, have income requirements. That income requirement for housing, that income requirements for you to get grants to buy a house goes up to $150,000. You know, that's amazing. Daycare goes up to like $200,000 or more. So don't say you're not eligible. You know, I'll show you over 750,000 programs and get you one-on-one help to apply to every one of those. And we also have videos every day, like, well, actually 3, 4, 5 hours a day, videos of people showing you how they applied for programs and they got the money. Not me, you know, people like you that applied for this and now they help other people. Why do they help other people? Because it feels good to help people. That's why I'll be doing this work for at least 10 more years. That's probably when I'll die by then. I'm 82 years old now, but I'm going to do this every day of my life until I'm out of here. But until I'm out of here, I know nothing better to do than to try to help other people know about the great programs our country has to offer. The rich people know. So that's why I gave up helping them. They don't even need the money. So people, the average person on the street is underwater, need help. They need this money more than the rich people. So let me show you where it is and help you get it. Please, even if you don't use me, use the things in the description below so you could start using this yourself.